Alright, looks like we're recording here. This is going to be the first video post for my training log that I'm doing for Viking. Well, really doing it for myself, and props to Viking, and shout out to Viking for hooking me up, for taking care of me for this deal. Before anybody worries, yeah, I'm driving, but I've got my phone set down in my cup holder, so I'm just look like I'm a lunatic talking to myself while I'm driving, like everybody else around here. But I want to talk to you guys about something that's near and dear to my heart, and that's training. Because I gotta be honest, a lot of you motherfuckers are getting shit twisted. Like, this is not rocket surgery. And a lot of you guys make it out to be like this thing, like there's this perfect sequence and rep range and volume range and, you know, mind-muscle connection and all of this bullshit, you know, that you've read about since you were a kid probably, you know. And I blame Weider for it, honestly. You know, these Weider principles, like half of it is just garbage, right? But anyway, I'm getting a little bit off track. You know, the bottom line is this: a stronger muscle is a bigger muscle. Now, I know a whole bunch of you just rolled your eyes at that, but it's true. A stronger muscle is a bigger muscle. Now, we all know some diesel, cock-strong little motherfucker that can outbench you or out-squat you or whatever. Yes, they're out there. You know, we as bodybuilders have to stop comparing ourselves to other people when it comes to our strength levels. That would help us get through this whole thing about being strong doesn't matter. Let me just illustrate it for you. I don't care what the 135-pound dude can bench. I care what I can bench. I care what you can bench. Or whatever exercise, okay? If you don't believe me, just try this out. If you can today squat 315 for 8 reps, and you over time get yourself to where you can squat 415 for 8 reps or 10 reps, you will be bigger. There's just no ands, ifs, or buts about it. If you're getting stronger in the rep range that you're comfortable working in, and you're getting your nutrition, and you're taking your supplements, that you that is stronger will be bigger. And you'll have a much, in my opinion, better look to you than if you're lifting lighter. Now, please don't take this to mean that you should be a power lifter. I don't feel like that's how I'm coming across, but just to reiterate, all I'm saying is that a stronger you is a bigger you. So whatever you're working out with today, it should be your goal for the next 6 months, 12 months, whatever it happens to be, to put either reps and or poundage on that lift. If you do this, you will improve. You know, I'm 38 years old now, and I have not trained consistently in 2 years, I bet. Certainly the last year. Very sporadically, a couple of times a week here and there. I've had months at a time completely off from training. And very, very, very minimal supplement use. Minimal. Now, my body composition has changed. Let's not pretend that it's something it's not. My body composition has changed, but I've maintained size and strength. I can still bench, you know, 315 for a triple. I can squat 4 plates. I can pull in between 4 and 5 plates. Why? Well, because when I was at my best and training consistently, that's what I focused on, beating the logbook. And that's what you guys should do too. You know, I'm not here to sell you on dog crap training or high intensity training or volume training or any specific type of training. I will say I do think that at least on the spectrum, more towards high intensity training is better. But whatever kind of training you're doing, if you're just doing the same weight over and over again, you're just spinning your wheels and you're never going to improve. You're not. You know, you're going to get to a point where what do you do? Add more sets, add more exercises. What do you do? And the same thing happens with weight. You know, weight is not infinitely, you can't just keep adding weight to the barbell week after week after week after week. You know, you're gonna hit a plateau, but that's okay. What you do when you plateau is you drop that exercise. You hammer away at an exercise that you feel good about, that you feel hits your muscles the way that you want to hit them, and you grind that fucking thing out until you can't grind it out no more. And then you take a break from it. You know, you drop that flat bench and you go to a low incline Smith bench or a decline bench or a dumbbell bench. Whatever, you swap it out for another chest exercise and you go to town on that one. And this isn't new information. I'm not a guru and I didn't make this shit up. I mean, this, you know, Dante has said this time and time again. You know, Phil, plenty of people have said, get stronger. So, get stronger. Along those lines, you know, I made mention at the beginning of this video about, you know, mind-muscle connection and all that stuff. I don't really think that's necessary. Now, what is necessary is controlling the weight. And again, this is another, I'm going to call this a Danteism. When you're in the negative portion of your lift, you should be able to reverse direction at any point. So you don't have to, you know, this is another thing that people just get so twisted up. You don't have to count a certain number of seconds on the positive and a certain number of seconds on the negative or anything stupid like that. Generally speaking, you know, your positive phase, your concentric phase should be quicker than your eccentric phase, than your negative phase. You know, but you don't have to exaggerate it. Think explosive on the contraction, but under control. And control, slow and controlled on the negative. Nothing goofy or exaggerated, just explode and control. Explode and control. And within the confines of doing that, within whatever rep and set scheme you're utilizing, make the weights bigger over time. Peace.